question, again, comes up in our mind as we get closer to the end of the year, our properties getting listed and our sales being made, right? Say yes.
Yes.
That's the question that we want answered. So again, in the CRMLS, this is week 3 of the information sheet as we get closer to the finish line for 2014. Okay, in terms of new listings taken in CRMLS last week, you guys think it was up or down for the week? Up, down. Up, down. Down, up. You guys are confusing me. So mostly up or mostly down? Mostly down. That's kind of what I'm hearing, okay? So I hate to disappoint you. It's up. Last week, there were 2,775 listings, which was down from the week before. This week, 3,902. 3,902. More, not less. More, not less. Pendings. Do you think there were less pendings or more pendings? Oh, you're getting on. You're catching it. We're not going to be tricked twice here. Well, you're right. There were last week 2,216 pending, which was down slightly from the week before. This week there were 2,387. So up slightly. Not for the month, remember. This is for the week in the MRMLS. So the question is, or so the point I'm making is, fact, deals are being done. Yes or no?
Yes.
Fact, people are still buying and selling. Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, and fact, there are fewer agents to compete with right now. Is that a fact?
Yes.
Hello, come on.
Yes.
Absolutely. Look what's going on here. You know, we're probably off 15 or 20% in terms of number of people that are showing up on a Monday morning to do their job. And these are amongst the hardest working agents probably in the entire country. And yet they're off 15 to 20%. Interesting, isn't it? So you know the market is shrinking dramatically in terms of the number of agents, yet the number of listings is going up and the number of pendings is going up. So write this down. Opportunity is out there. Write it down. Opportunity is out there, then underline it and circle it. Opportunity is out there, underline it and circle it. So I kind of made a title of this little talk I wanted to make today, and I just want to kind of shift your mindset. So I wrote down here, everybody can, not everyone will. Write that down. Everybody can, not everybody will. Everyone can, not everyone will. So we've established, number one, there is business out there. Right?
Yes.
And if you had a listing appointment, the you in this room, if you had a listing appointment, could you go out, make a presentation on a hot listing appointment, and probably get the listing secured? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, right? I mean, if not you, then who, right? Okay? So, if you had a hot buyer, do you think there's enough property out there, property available, for you to show them what opportunities are out there that they might be able to take advantage of? Right? Okay, so there's buyers, and there's sellers, and there's opportunities that you can do. So then I wrote down here, should you do it? 3 of you are shaking your head yes. It's very scary up here. Okay, now we have 6. All right, good. So should you do it? Then I wrote down here, do you need the money?
Yes.
Yes.
Do you need the deal?
Yes.
Absolutely, right? Then I wrote down here, will you do it?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, that's 8. So write this down. Success is not a process of ability. Success is the process of will. Success is not the process of ability, because in this room, at home, in the marketplace, we have many, many agents with ability. Yes or no?
Yes.
And yet, some will and some won't. So what we find is that success really is more attached to the action, will you do it, than it's attached to the ability, can you do it? Do you guys get that?
Yes.
And that's what we have to learn as we focus on the next week and a half, 2 weeks. Because there's still time to take a listing. Look, every single week I'm getting, you guys gotta be tired of this. Every week I come up here and I give you a report of people listing houses. And I give you a report of properties going pending. Now, some of you are listing houses, and some of you are selling houses. But not all of you are listing and selling houses at a time when deals are being done and competition is less. That has more to do with your will than it has to do with your ability. Do you guys get this? You've got to own that. A, there's a market, and B, you need to do something about it. So now, write this down. Turn nothing into something. Turn nothing into something. Turn nothing into something. If you had a listing that was a property that was very well priced in the marketplace, you went out on a listing appointment tonight, and let's say I gave you a listing. One of my properties that's worth, hypothetically, a solid $500,000. Solid, everyone would agree it's worth $500,000. And I ask you, or the client asks you, to sell the property for them at $425,000. Now, you can't buy the property yourself. So you can't buy it yourself. But here's the question. Other than buying it yourself, if the directive was, get this property in escrow. Now, I get you might not be able to close it. But the seller said, get this property in escrow by Friday. Could you do it?
Yes.
Turning nothing into something. See, we're not sure it can be done on one level. But when I give you the scenario of this, here's a $500,000 house. It's worth a solid $500,000. I'll sell it for $425,000. You have a short period of time to do it. All of us could get the job done. So the possibility exists. But what we have to understand is the possibility only exists out there. It exists in the field. So then the question begs, okay, Neil, big shot, how do I go get it? How do I turn nothing? Today I have nothing. I have no good leads. I have no good opportunities on my radar. How do I turn? Actions do I need to take to turn nothing into something? Anybody have any ideas? How about a 5-5-10? Woo!
5-5-20.
Turn nothing into something. Because it's my contention, and I hope that it's yours, that the scenario I just painted for you is out there. Now, maybe not quite as sweet a deal, not quite as a obvious opportunity of being worth 500 and the guy will sell it for 425. Yet today, we know if the property is in a decent neighborhood, in decent condition, at a decent price in the strike zone of the fair market, that property, especially if it's $600,000 and below, is going to generate some offers. Yes or no?
Yes.
Right now, today, absolutely. Now, the seller may not take the offer, I get it. But the opportunity is out there, turning nothing. Right now, I'm asking you, what do you have on your radar screen that you can go list or go sell between now and the end of the year? And some of you are saying, I have nothing. I have nothing. You know, you come in here every week and you tell me about all these listings and all these sales and all this thing going on, et cetera, et cetera. What I'm saying to you is I believe today, right now, this week, you can turn nothing into something by taking action on a 5-5-10 every day, every work day. You don't have to work Christmas, okay? I'm just saying. If you want to, you have to work that out. But you can. It's out there. The opportunities are there. They are totally there. So, turning nothing into something starts with the idea and the imagination. So number one, imagine the possibilities. So have we got the possibilities? Have you got this? Is this possible in your mind? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, we can find a $500,000 house that somebody wants to sell. Hopefully they want to sell it at fair market value or a little below fair market value. It's a decent condition. But you know what? Let's go out and turn nothing into something. Let's do that. So, next point is you have to believe your image is possible for you. You have to believe you can see it. You can believe it's possible. And here's where we run into a little bit of a problem, is that some of you don't believe this is possible. And you just have to have the blind faith right now. Because if you do talk to enough people, there's somebody out there that wants to list their house, okay? If you talk to enough people, there's somebody that wants to buy a house. Do you get this? Okay? You have to believe that. I wrote down here, if someone can do it, you can do it. If someone else can do it, and you're working with people in the company that are doing it right now. They are taking listings and they are making sales. You can do it. I wrote down here, if someone did it once, you could do it again. If somebody else did it once, you can do it again. If somebody else put a deal together last week, somebody else put a deal together yesterday, you could put a deal together today. You can go out and do this. If they can start with nothing, you can start with nothing. See, we think we have to have all the pieces. What you have to do is you have to take action. You guys with this? You have to take action. So, I wrote down words that matter the most this week. Write these down. First word, not necessarily in this order, but the one I wrote down first is attitude. Attitude. Doesn't matter what happens to me, it's how I react to it. Doesn't matter what happens to me, it's how I react to it. Second word I wrote down was persistence. And in this workplace, right now, between now and the end of the year, your attitude has to be in the right spot. Then you have to be persistent with the activities we're talking about. And don't get any fancier than just a simple 5-5-10. Go preview 5 houses a day. Go see 5 expireds a day. Door knock 10 houses around each one of those. Do those for every work day for the balance of the year. I know this is probably the first time you've ever heard that. But that's your job this next week or two. Second word was persistence. Even when it does not work, try it again. Even when it doesn't work, try it again. Even when it doesn't work, what should you do? Try it again. Because this stuff really does work. Third one I wrote down was stay the course. Stay the course. Stay the course is a 5-5-10. Yeah, but Neil, somebody told me this other great idea. Well, what's that? Well, if I talk to every third person on Wednesday comes on the first of the month, then I probably could get a lead that might want to do something on the second Thursday. Very common. Somebody else has a better idea. They listed and sold something. We have no idea what they really did. For all of us, keep it simple. Stay the course. 5-5-10. Stay the course. Don't let little annoying life stuff get you off track. Stay the course. We all have little annoying life stuff that comes up. We all have those issues. Today, don't let them bother you. Don't let them get you off track. And if they do get you off track, get back on track. So stay the course. Don't let little annoying life stuff get in the way or get you off track. Next point was discipline. Discipline. I wrote down here, don't let the little annoying stuff get you off track. Stay disciplined, stay focused with your job. The difference between superstar agents that are doing 50, 100, 150, 200 transactions a year, is simply their discipline to their daily, weekly, and monthly activities. Simple. Simple concept. Next point was focus. Stay focused on what you're doing. Don't let stuff get in the way. So I wrote down here, don't let the little annoying life stuff get you off track. See, that's what happens to us. In all of these words, life gets in the way. We all have it. It's how it goes back to attitude. It doesn't matter what happens to me, it's how I react to it. Do you guys get this?
Yeah.
It's making sense. And the last thought is consistency. The word consistency. Even when life stuff gets you off track, get back on track. Even when life stuff gets you off track, and it will. We're gonna have things that come up, especially this time of the year. We have family that calls on us and pulls on us and wants you to be doing things with them. I get all of that. After you do your 5-5-10 today. You can be totally available after you do your 5-5-10 later today. Tomorrow, after you do your 5-5-10, be available. Wednesday morning, after you do your 5-5-10, be available to take the family wherever you're going to take the family. On Thursday, be with your family. On Friday, get back in the saddle. Get back on a 5-5-10. Focus. So the words are attitude, persistence, stay the course, discipline, focus, and then consistency. And I want to close with this thought. I found this a few weeks ago. It's very powerful. I've been sharing it with you on and off for the last couple weeks. Don't feel bad about how slowly you feel about heading towards your goals or the roadblocks or the detours that you're forced to take, as long as you're moving forward. Don't feel bad. We're going to have detours. We're going to have roadblocks. We're going to have speed bumps along the way. Don't feel bad about those. Remember, you're still cruising far above anyone who's afraid to even get started. Your competitors aren't here. Your competitors are out doing something different. And yet, today, you're here, working on your scripts, working on your dialogues, working on talking to your clients, your past clients, looking to create business, looking to create future business. I wrote down here, today matters. Today matters. Because the opportunities that you create today, the leads you create today, are your tomorrow income. If you create no leads today, you won't have anything to follow up on tomorrow. You guys with me? If you create leads today by doing the activities you're supposed to do, then you have something to follow up on tomorrow, and that follow-up goes to an appointment, that appointment turns into a listing, that listing turns into a sale, that sale turns into a closing, and it all started when? Today. Today matters. Today matters. Don't think today doesn't matter. The activities you've done this morning are all going to turn into something. Those leads can turn into something when you follow them up. When you do what you're supposed to do. They're going to turn into something tomorrow. So let's stay focused. Let's stay consistent. Let's have a great attitude. Let's be persistent. Let's stay the course. Let's be disciplined. And above all, let's focus on making this next few days the most important and valuable that we can to finish off a great 2014 and be the beginning of a fabulous 2015. Let's go do it. Thank you.